switching back to the old camera. Does it look any less quality? That's my question. Before we start today's video, I'm going back to our old camera. There's a dead pixel somewhere. I kind of want to switch back to this camera just because the picture overall just looks kind of better. I want to address that before I get hosed in the comment section down below. Past like couple weeks, I feel like all we have been doing is Rocket Bunny work. You know, doing this ourselves, not taking this to a shop, there's a lot of small things that shops already have the knowledge of doing, and we kind of don't. So we're learning that, and instead of just not showing you any of that and not putting it in videos, I thought it'd be a fun process to actually show you that as we do that. So I'm sorry for the repetitive BRZ, Rocket Bunny, purple car work.
We're learning here.
We're learning, and I want to share with you guys because I feel like a lot of you guys watch because you can learn with us. So that being said, we're going to be permanently mounting the fenders to the car. Normally we've been using those Clico clips. Sort of like a temporary hold type thing, right?
Oh, that's what you mean by...
Now we're gonna put actual hardware in. Now this hardware was expensive as fuck. This hardware was like 150 bucks. That's a lot, but it's worth it. I think it's pretty cool.
It looks cool.
Let's go show them.
Look, it works, Teach. So we have this rubber thingy. Look at that. That's so sick.
This hardware is cool because A, it's fancy stuff. We'll show you that in a second. B, it just looks sick. So now we'll have like a shiny silver
3D
exterior hardware piece, which will look pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. You're dropping it everywhere. So we're gonna be drilling bigger holes. It like pinches the back as it works.
Twist this, and as you can see, whoa! Look at that. It squeezes.
Downstar. Recommended to us by Eric. He says it's some pretty cool stuff, and it's what like all the cool guys use. So I was like, if we want to be cool, we gotta get that stuff. We're gonna be drilling bigger holes today and making the final hardware. Making the final steps and actually making this thing be real. First thing that we notice is we're starting to drill into this, and it's like plying out little shards of metal. We're pretty much just drilling out the hole size for this rubber piece to go in, and the rubber pieces still go in fine, but it's not really that flush. So we're gonna try and smooth down the surface a little bit. It has some plane to it, so we're hoping that maybe that will sit more flush. I have a feeling it will be fine. Okay, so as an example of how this works, we just put in that rubber sleeve in first, and then you put the hardware on the outside of the fender, and when you bolt it in, it's like a one-way lock nut, so it bolts flat and flush. And look how cool that looks. So we'll have this silver, cool hardware on every single piece, but we just forgot that we wanted to put this rubber coating in between. Now I showed this in a video, maybe about last week's video, about how we're supposed to lay this down. So if you didn't understand that, you will now understand it and see its purpose and how it works. We are gonna modify this rubber coating a little bit, and we're gonna cut it in half. Well, you'll get a better representation as we put it on the car, but the whole idea of this is to put that little piece of rubber in between the actual body of the car. Not everyone does this, but it gives us a little extra protection to make sure nothing gets in between, just to protect the wrap overall. It's unnecessary, but it's an extra step that you can take if you are trying to go the extra step.
Someone suck my dick.
What is it? Let me show me what you did. Show me what you did.
Look at my fucking...
Yo!
Look at that, man!
Dude, that looks fucking good, man!
Thanks, man!
Dude, that looks sick! That looks so cool!
Oh my god!
Oh
God
man!
damn it.
So all the hardware is bolted in, and as you can see, we have this little trim, which is perfect. So that will prevent any kind of crap from getting down in there, and also protects the fiberglass from touching the body, so it won't rip up the wrap. Now the next thing we need to address, Calvin, is we need to, two bolts go right here and right here. So we need to come from this underside, drill out this, and drill out that. And pinch it together so it sits flush. Before the traffic gets any worse, we're gonna go to Home Depot and buy more of this rubber stuff because I only bought enough just to test fit it. Now that we know we like it, we're gonna go to Home Depot and grab us more. And we need to leave now because we're in an area of around like 3 o'clock to like 7 o'clock. It's mad shit traffic. And it is currently 2:40. 2:40. We need to go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, come on, man. Do we have to run?
I just did leg day. My legs are so sore. I just did leg day. My legs hurt. Oh God.
Water on the lens.
Hey, that's your...
Also, we're picking up some new bits because the ones we have are flat and released, and the reason why it's like peeling and like making it all like annoying and not smooth is because we're not using the right bits. We're getting metal bits as well.
So you see how there's a flat bit right there? I think every time we get close to that, it grabs the metal and just tears it apart, leaving like nasty burrs. But this one has a tapered, so it'll just keep chipping away at it. Instead of fucking your shit up.
So in theory, our holes should be much smoother and much cleaner. And now that we have finished the front fender, we are moving on to the side skirts. It doesn't look like we've done much, but it's taken us about like 5 hours, I think we've been doing this so far. We were kind of dicking around, but it takes a long time. And it doesn't look like we've taken much progress, but this is actually an important video in the Rocket Bunny process because this is like actual finalization, I guess you could say, of like the kit being on the car. Because we had a temporary like little Clico clips, but you know, it doesn't look like much. This is a big step in actually finishing it. Once we actually get this whole body panels mounted, then it's just cutting the rear and getting wheels.
Bazoo. And then bam.
Before we mount the rear kind of body kit, I want to show this because this part was pretty cool. We didn't know we didn't know this was done before. To make sure we had perfect fitment on the outside here, once it's mounted to the car. Oh my God, Calvin, bad fucking idea, man. Mounted hardware and pretty much bolted the side skirt to the rear quarter panel. Therefore, now they're married, and that fitment we know will be 100% perfect. Now we just need to mount it to the side, and we should be all good. We should be good on the right-hand side, which is a huge improvement, huge gain. That took a long time.
Calling you, send me, I know you.
Okay, so here's our first side done. This is like our final product. So now you can see all these little bits and pieces are now into place and are holding on. And this hardware is like so nice. If you guys are ever gonna do any sort of wide body build and need like hardware, this is the hardware you should be using. But like I said, so this first side is 100% done. It doesn't look like we did much, but we've been working on this literally all day and we just finished one whole side. So I wanted to give a rundown from the front to the back how it looks, because it looks so good in person. I wish you guys could see it. Well, yeah, I wish you could see it from how we're seeing it. Dude, what a transfer. Can we just talk about a transformation?
Look at this.
This is such a big difference than where we were at like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. My favorite is looking at it from the front right here and like seeing the additional wide body. This looks really good. So looking at it from here, and you have the accents of the oh my God, it looks so good. From the hardware coming all the way down to here into here. Yeah, the weather stripping is so, dude, how many times do we look at like rocket bunnies and wide bodies and be like, what the hell do people use for this black stuff? We never knew. Like I said, it was always like this weird secret. I feel like people wouldn't really tell people where they got it from. But Home Depot, that weather stripping, we just line the outside of it and it just gives that perfect, like, look at that, it just gives a perfect little black little lining. I'm like obsessed, dude. Like I keep looking at it from different angles and I'm just like, damn.
Damn, man.
So good.
Oh, man.
Can we just talk about...
Yeah, can we just like appreciate that this was, like, people pay thousands of dollars
to get that installed like that.
Yeah.
And we just showed you guys that anybody can fucking do it. Sure, it might take us a little bit longer, but any of you can do this. I mean, if you have the stuff. It's intimidating and it's a lot of work, but it's not that hard. Once you understand, like, okay, this needs to happen first, then this, and this, then this, and this is how you have to do it.
Done.
As long as you have the hours, you're fucking there. And you need the space. The biggest thing, Calvin, if we didn't have this HQ, we could not have done this in your garage. This car has been in Jack's for like 3 weeks.
No, my mom would be like, get this shit out of my house.
Here's a dilemma we've been thinking about since we've been looking at this car. Now, take a look at where this rear wheel hangs lower than the body kit, and the wheel is 100% like just dangling. Now imagine that wheel when we set it down and how high up the wheel is gonna go. there's gonna be like no clearance at all. We have a hard time getting this car on jacks and off jacks as it is. So we don't really know yet how we're gonna get this car off the jacks. We might have to make like homemade ramps or something. We're gonna need to figure it out because it may sound way easier than what, like, you may think it's really easy, but I'm telling you guys, without ruining the carbon fiber diffuser we put on the back and ruining these side skirts, like, there's no way to get this down with the tools we have. We have to figure something out or buy something. For those that are curious and always ask about these watches, these are movement watches, and you can use this code right here, and you'll save yourself 10% off any movement watch. I always do giveaways with them and whatnot, and you guys are always asking. But anyways, use that code, save yourself 10%. We still need to cut this rear fender. We still need to bolt on all the carbon fiber. We still need to figure out a suspension setup, and we still need to figure out a wheel setup. So much more to come. And I saw in a couple of videos guys were saying, oh, there's too much BRZ shit. If you think there's too many BRZ stuff and it's too redundant, let me know in the comment section down below. I can throttle back a little bit, but we just have so much stuff to do. And we're trying to show you literally every little process that we do. Because for those who ever want to do this in the future, this is important shit that you'll want to know. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out and keep moving forward.
I'm feeling
Gotta do it for the video. Gotta do it for the video. Alright, Calvin, imagine I'm Emily.
Hey, babe. Hey, Colin. Hey, oh, God, I was kidding, man. I was kidding.
There is no sippy action going on in this car.
My goal is to absolutely not have to. What the?